What if the answer to all your suffering, confusion, and fear could be found in a single question? Who am I? Sri Ramana Maharshi, one of India's most revered sages, taught that the root of all problems is forgetting our true self. He said, "The question, who am I, is not meant to get an answer, but to dissolve the questioner." Welcome to Truthfully Free, the channel where we explore the deepest teachings on awareness, freedom, and spiritual awakening. In today's video, we explore Who Am I? A brief but life-changing text based on the teachings of Sri Ramana Maharshi. This book isn't just for monks or mystics. It speaks directly to teenagers seeking identity, working adults lost in stress, and older seekers longing for lasting peace. If you've ever felt lost in thoughts, trapped in roles, or disconnected from who you really are, this simple yet powerful teaching is for you. Sri Ramana Maharshi was a silent master. Born in 1879 in South India, he had a spontaneous awakening at the age of 16. After that, he left home and spent most of his life in silence on the sacred mountain of Arunachala. He didn't lecture, debate, or preach. Instead, he radiated peace and answered questions only when asked. The book, Who Am I?, is a collection of his core teachings, written in a simple Q&A style. It became one of the most beloved spiritual texts of the modern era, read by seekers across the world. Its impact? Quiet but deep. No fame, no followers demanded, just direct guidance into the truth of being. At the heart of Ramana's teaching is the practice of self-inquiry, known as Atma Vikara. Unlike many spiritual paths that involve rituals, scriptures, or complex philosophies, his method is disarmingly direct. He invited his followers to trace the source of the I thought, the sense of ego, or the false self that constantly claims ownership of actions, thoughts, and feelings. Who am I? He would ask not to get an intellectual answer, but to point us toward the space in which all thoughts arise and dissolve. This question, who am I, is not to be answered, but lived. When practiced sincerely, it pulls awareness away from the surface of the mind and into the depth of pure being. Thoughts begin to slow, emotions lose their grip, and what remains is a vast, silent presence, our true self. According to Ramana, this self is ever-present, peaceful, and free. We do not need to become it. We only need to stop identifying with what we are not. Another cornerstone of his teaching is silence. Ramana often said that silence is the most powerful form of teaching because it bypasses the mind and communicates directly to the heart. He could sit with a visitor for hours without saying a word, and yet the seeker would leave transformed. His silence was not passive, but radiant with clarity and compassion. It was a mirror in which one could see themselves without distortion. What makes Ramana Maharshi's teaching timeless is its universality. He did not promote a specific religion or culture. He spoke to Christians, Muslims, Hindus, atheists, and agnostics alike. His message was not believe, but look within. He offered no promises of future heaven or spiritual reward, but rather the invitation to discover the eternal now. He said, "You are already that which you seek." In our modern world, where identity is often tied to career, social status, and external validation, Ramana's teaching is both deeply challenging and profoundly liberating. It asks us to let go of the masks we wear and the stories we cling to. It invites us to be still, to turn attention inward, and to discover a peace that is not dependent on circumstances. In just a few pages, Ramana offers a path to the deepest realization that you are not the body, not the mind, you are pure awareness itself. As we've seen, Ramana Maharshi's teachings may be simple in form, but they carry a deep and transformative power. Let's now summarize the key lessons from his teachings. 1. The root of all suffering is misidentification. We wrongly believe, I am the body, or I am the mind. But according to Ramana, these are just tools. The true self, the I exists before thought, before identity, and beyond change. A devotee asked, "How do I attain self-realization?" Ramana simply replied, "You are the self. You are already that. Just stop imagining otherwise." Freedom doesn't come from adding more. It comes from unlearning the false ideas about who we are. 2. Self-inquiry, the direct path to realization. Ramana taught a single method, self-inquiry. Every time a thought arises, trace it back by asking, "Who is thinking this?" Or, "Who am I?" Eventually, the question dissolves the questioner, and what remains is pure awareness. He compared the mind to a thief pretending to be a policeman. The more you chase it, the more it hides. But when you look directly at the I thought, it vanishes. The goal is not to find an answer, but to silence the mind and rest in the stillness behind it. 3. Silence is the highest teaching. Ramana often said, "Silence is the most potent form of teaching." His presence alone awakened people. Words can point, but stillness reveals. A visitor once arrived with many spiritual questions. But upon sitting near Ramana, he fell silent and later said he got all the answers without speaking a word. Don't underestimate the power of silence. In today's noisy world, silence is not emptiness, it's presence. Let's bring these teachings into daily life. Here's how you can apply Ramana Maharshi's wisdom right now. 1. Begin a daily self-inquiry practice. Ask yourself, "Who am I?" But don't rush to answer. Just stay with the question. Watch the I thought rise and fall. Action tip. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes a day to sit quietly and gently ask, "Who is aware of this thought?" Let the mind settle naturally. 2. Observe the I thought without attachment. Whenever emotions or stress arise, notice the voice in your head. Who is that voice speaking to? Action tip. In moments of stress, pause and ask, "To whom is this happening?" This shifts your attention from the problem to the presence behind it. 3. Embrace silence and stillness. Not everything needs to be solved or said. Some of life's deepest truths emerge only in quiet. Action tip. Try silent walks, reduce screen noise, or simply sit with yourself without distraction. Let silence speak. 4. Let go of roles and labels. You're not just a student, employee, parent, or partner. These are masks. The real you is the one aware of all these roles. Action tip. Write down 5 identities you cling to. Then ask, "Who am I without these?" Feel the spaciousness behind them. These aren't ideas to believe in. They're direct invitations to experience who you truly are, beyond the thinking mind. Ramana Maharshi said, "There is no greater mystery than this. Being reality ourselves, we seek to gain reality. You're not lost. You've just forgotten to look within. The path to peace, freedom, and awakening isn't out there. It starts with a single question. Who am I?" We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried self-inquiry? Or had a moment of stillness that changed everything? Comment below and share your experience. Let's end this journey with 10 timeless quotes from Sri Ramana Maharshi, each one a doorway to presence, silence, and self-realization. Your own self-realization is the greatest service you can render the world. Happiness is your nature. It is not wrong to desire it. What is wrong is seeking it outside when it is inside. You are already that which you seek. There is neither creation nor destruction, neither destiny nor free will, neither path nor achievement. This is the final truth. The I thought is the root of all other thoughts. Wanting to reform the world without discovering one's true self is like trying to cover the world with leather to avoid stepping on stones and thorns. Silence is also conversation. The question, who am I, will destroy all other questions. If the mind is quiet, all else will happen naturally. No one succeeds without effort. Those who succeed owe their success to perseverance. Let these words stay with you, not just as beautiful quotes, but as living reminders of your inner truth. Don't forget to subscribe to Truthfully Free for more spiritual wisdom and self-awareness teachings. Watch next. Freedom by Osho. Book summary comment below. Which quote touched you the most? Thank you for watching, and may your journey inward lead you to peace, presence, and truth.